an alphabetical list of winter anime I watched this season. Quintessential Quintuplets or Godtubum Season 2 continues to entertain with its generic harem story. What I like most about the show is that it's not overly ecchi. It has its moments, but they're less obnoxious than other shows. Surprisingly, Nino climbed up my tier list from the bottom to around mid. I'm not a fan of tsunderes, but this one kinda grew on me. Would recommend if you're looking for a chilled harem where the characters aren't always horny on main. Dr. Stone is the best 7 out of 10 anime I've watched in a long time. The science experiments are short and flashy enough to keep me interested, and the story is always moving quickly enough to the next point of interest. But maybe it's because I've watched a load of shonen shows that makes this one overly predictable. Some of the inventions are far-fetched, but they did spend 3,000 years petrified as statues. It's still a good time, just as good as season 1, and it continues to include these crazy sound effects. Horimiya was a sleeper for me, and didn't start watching until well into the winter season. On the surface we have a simple romance comedy, but its characters' personalities are the thick core underneath. Hori and Miyamura starts off the show, but everyone gets their fair share of screen time, and are equally as interesting and important in this little friendship circle. It's fun, wholesome, and an easy romance recommendation. Jujutsu Kaisen, the, at the time, questionable anime of the year 2020, has definitely earned the right to be considered a go-to anime for new anime fans, much like My Hero was 4 years ago. I think it goes without saying it has everything you could ask for from an action shonen. Stunning visuals, demon powers, attractive bad guys, and what I've really learnt to appreciate as of late, the representation of strong, unsexualized female characters. This one has plenty. Don't want to get too political, but sexual objectification has thrived in anime for years. And this season is no exception. Showing bare skin isn't always the answer to make a woman sexier than they already are. I stand with Giguk when it comes to isekai. I always have time for a transportation or a reincarnation. But I'm a spider, so what? It is kind of dragging. We're only halfway through the season and nothing has really happened other than killing monsters and a few level ups. That being said, the Earth Dragon episodes were entertaining enough. However, I'm finding I'm more interested in the other story that's being told at the school, and this hot demon lord. I'll wait to the end before making my final comments, but so far it's a good, or not even a good, 5 out of 10, maybe even a 4. It's just boring as isekai goes. On the flip side, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, surprised my expectations for an isekai, much like it did everybody else. Though sadly, even reincarnating as a baby can't stop the writer from making the protagonist OP. With only 11 episodes, you'll be drawn into the animation, the art style, world building, and the sexualization of anime girls. This goes against my comments about Jujutsu Kaisen, but at heart we are men of culture. Plus Tomokazu Sugita voices the inner monologue of Rudius, which makes it 10 times funnier when he's perving over everyone. Again, not much really happened story-wise, but nonetheless it was enjoyable. Roxy, best girl. Did Season 2 Part 2 of ReZero have an opening? Or even an ending? I'm sure it was just 29 episodes of pure story every single week. Sadly, I had a hard time watching Season 2, mainly because I was watching it really late and falling asleep during the heavy dialogue moments. I think I'll rewatch Season 2 maybe in the middle of the day and just binge the whole thing. From what I remember, I did enjoy it, but I feel like if I'd stayed awake for the majority of it, I would definitely enjoy it a lot more. 2021's anime of the year to be Shingeki no Kyojin. Despite the change in studio, Attack on Titan continues to be perfect. Mappa's done a great job following the footsteps of Wit, and to be honest, I have no complaints. CG's never been an issue for me as long as the story carries the weight of the whole show. And at this point, we should all be interested and invested in the mysteries and the character developments, leaving us in suspense and anticipation. And obviously, more questions left to be answered. My main issue I have is hoping that the manga readers don't spoil it for the anime only watchers. The manga finishes in April and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of traction going along online, which is fine, keep the conversation going, and it will be down to the anime fans not to look up that kind of information. Or just stay off the internet for a couple of weeks. But when part 2 shows up, I feel like the spoilers are gonna kind of surface again. I just hope they don't. Slime was much like Spider and Mushoku Tensei. Not a lot happened, but it looked good doing so. The last couple of episodes were interesting. Maybe if it had a 24 episode run, it would have been more interesting, but overall, it was okay. This was the only show this season where I'd already started the manga, and I'd actually reached the point beyond where I thought we were going to finish. And after finishing this season, I feel like I may have spoiled the ending for myself. I know there was a lot of speculation at the beginning, and even more so when it deviated from the source material. For me, each character slowly lost their sense of self. Instead of making smart, calculated decisions, they kind of stumbled into every correct answer. Promised Neverland definitely deserved a longer run, but sadly, I don't think that's going to be on the table anytime soon. I'm looking forward to catching up with the manga, which I hope flushes out the story a little more, even if the ending is the same. A go read the manga out of 10. Every Friday, I would close my laptop after a long week of work, sit on the sofa, open up Crunchyroll, and relax to the sweet sounds of plucking strings as I watched a bunch of girls go on a road trip, cook food, and enjoy each other's company whilst camping. It's hard to put into words how Yuru Camp makes me feel, but every negative thought seems to leave my mind and body when I see Rin smile. The whole show gives me a rush of endorphins, and all my worries just disappear. It's not just about cute girls doing cute things, because mostly it's not cute. It's just them living life, enjoying the scenery, late night stargazing, making new friends. It's just wholesome. Yuru Camp introduced me to the Iyashike genre, which I believe everyone should get involved in, especially as of late when things are getting a little bit stressful in life. Well, that was everything I finished this winter, though Spider is still ongoing and I just hope it gets better. I dropped a couple of shows mainly because of time, and they were either boring or I was watching something similar already. I tried to watch Cells at Work again, but it was much like season 1 and I felt like I had enough on my feel for that. I started watching Redo for the meme, but I quickly found it's one of them shows you could probably just watch the clips on YouTube and get the same entertainment value out of. And if you want the full experience, there's other websites you could visit. Let me know if there was anything else watching this winter. Work's super draining at the moment and I could do with some slice of life anime.